Hola, buenos días, buen año. Well, buenas tardes. Good afternoon and happy New Year's. I'll be answering any questions that you guys have um, for Advance Parole. Estaré contestando sus preguntas que tienen sobre Advance Parole. Recuerden que esto solo es mi experiencia y nada de esto es consejo legal. Hola María, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué preguntas tienen el día de hoy? Feliz año nuevo. Espero que este año metan su aplicación para AP y que para a finales de este año, o bueno, a mediados de este año ya puedan ir a ver a sus familiares en sus países. Así que, ¿qué preguntas tienen el día de hoy? Yo viajé con Advance Parole el año pasado 2 veces. Mi Advance Parole fue aprobado por 5 meses, entradas múltiples. Here to learn, yes, a ver qué pueden aprender el día de hoy. No soy experta, pero sí he viajado con Advance Parole 2 veces. Mi papá tiene diabetes y alta presión. ¿Eso es suficiente? Hola, Rubí Carrasco. Sí, eso será suficiente. Lo único que debes de obtener es la constancia médica del doctor explicando la condición. Sus parientes no deben de estar en una situación grave para poder viajar. Hola, Alvarenga Calderón. ¿Cuánto está tardando para que le aprueben el Advance Parole? Buenas tardes. El Advance Parole ahorita está tardando de 3 a 4 meses para ser aprobado. De nada, Ruby Carrasco. Yo apliqué el año pasado, mandé mi aplicación en marzo y fui aprobada en mayo, a finales de mayo. Me aprobaron para mi cumpleaños, entonces it was the best birthday gift. Fue el mejor regalo que yo pude haber pedido. Hola, David Mustafa. Is it better to do AP alone or with a lawyer? If lawyer, what's the average cost? Well, we created this platform so we can empower fellow DACA recipients to apply by themselves. I have seen an average cost with lawyers, with people that have gotten quotes from lawyers at about 2,000, 3,000, $4,000. And remember that this application, the cost alone is $575 just to do it by yourself. And the AO, I mean the the advanced parole application only has about 12 questions. So, I mean, do you want to pay thousands of dollars or pay just the application fee? So we recommend doing it yourself. We have guides, we have everything that you need on our platform. Check us out at Dreamers Together official on Facebook, and you will find everything you need to apply. Alberenga Calderón, yo apliqué el 24 de octubre, estoy esperando. Sí, ya mero. Ahorita creo que están empezando las aplicaciones de septiembre. Buenas tardes, Diego Cati Díaz de la Vega. Hi, what date do you recommend for the date to travel question? Oh, let me click on the question. There we go. All right, so just keep in mind applications are taking about 3 to 4 months. So I would say maybe a date in the future, maybe a month or 2 months after the 3 to 4 month waiting period, just so you can buy flights in advance and not last minute flights if you are flying. So, for example, whenever I sent my application in March, back then it was taking like 6 to 9 months for the AP application to be approved. So I put down December, but I got approved. My dates for approval were May through October. So I'll do keep that in mind and make plans in advance that you're going to be out or would like to be out for a date in the future. David Mustafa, is there any risk doing it alone? Thank you so much for answering. There is no risk doing it by yourself. I would say the worst thing that could happen is getting a request for evidence, which is an RFE. The request for evidence is USCIS simply asking for more information regarding your departure. Let's say you forgot to send your birth certificate. They will send a RFE requesting your birth certificate. Remember, everything has to be translated. So if it's not in English, it must be translated and it must have a translation certification at the bottom. So we have seen people get RFEs because they didn't put that certification translation at the end of the translated document. And at the end, like let's say the evidence that you sent is not enough, then you will get a denial, but that is the worst case scenario. And in many cases, we don't see, well, We don't see straight up denials. The USCIS will always send an RFE in case they need more evidence. But don't be afraid to do it yourself. We have step-by-step guide, and we even have a video on YouTube. So you can search up on our YouTube platform, Advanced Parole Application. It's super easy. Jessica Acosta, if you want to apply a loan with a sister and cousin, so we can all three travel together, can you submit the three applications together, or each of us send separately? Each one of you needs to have an application, needs to send the same evidence, and you can send your applications, your packets, in the same envelope. That way USCIS receives it at the same time. And then in your statement, you can write, I am applying with my cousin Maria and Jose. Please grant us the same travel dates. So yeah, you could do it together. Diego Katy Díaz de la Vega, thank you so much. You're welcome. ¿Qué otras preguntas tienen? Puedo contestarlas en inglés y en español. And if you're watching on another platform such as YouTube, remember to join our page on Facebook, Dreamers Together Oficial. We have the guides en inglés y en español, así que no tengan miedo de aplicar solitos. Lo más difícil creo que es la traducción. Bueno, si haces las traducciones solos, eso fue la parte más difícil, y obtener la evidencia, like la constancia médica, the medical letter. But as far as the application itself, it's super easy. Tiene menos de 12 preguntas. Karen Velasquez, my DACA expires October 2023. Does that give me enough time to do AP? I think it would. Excuse me. I think it does give you enough time to do AP. But let's say you send your application right now. You can renew your DACA while you're waiting for your AP to be approved. Marco Reyes, my DACA expires in October. If I apply for AP now with 365 days, would they give it to me even if it expires? No, Marco Reyes. They will approve your AP within the time frame that your DACA is valid. So if you want to apply for 365 days, I would say renew your DACA first and then send your AP. And remember, your advanced parole application direction can only be sent by mail, and it's only in Arizona. Check out our guides. Do not send it to the Texas Service Processing Center or anywhere else. Always send it to Arizona first, and from Arizona, they will decide where it gets sent. Never send it directly to the Texas Service Center. Marco Reyes, thanks. De nada. Marisol on YouTube. How do we apply for multiple entries? I believe you are trying to say. So in the application itself, it says one-time travel or multiple travel dates, something like that. The boxes are right next to each other. Check the multiple entries, and then on your affidavit or statement, you write why you need multiple entries. For example, on my letter, which I have published on Facebook, I published my declaration letter. I wrote that I needed to travel because, due to my job purposes, I couldn't leave at such a extended period of time. So I needed multiple travel departure dates, and then also attach as much evidence as possible. For example, the doctor letter that I received. My grandma was in very critical condition, and then I also attached my grandfather's death certificate. So just use as much evidence as possible, and then make a really strong statement declaring why you need to travel multiple times. But remember, at the end of the day, it is at the officer's discretion whether they want to grant you multiple entries or not. So just make sure that you write a really good or sentimental declaration letter. Ruby Carrasco, should I specify the date I want to leave for leave or ASAP. So remember Ruby Carrasco? You can leave her here. Leave the door open. Sorry, my dog's here. Ruby Carrasco. Just remember that AP does take 3 to 4 months to receive an approval. So you want to make sure that within those 3 to 4 months, if you put ASAP, that you are free during that time. I don't recommend putting ASAP. I always recommend maybe doing like 2 or 1 month after your approval date, just to make sure you have enough time to prepare and to get flight tickets in case you are flying out. Also, on that note of flying, make sure your kids have passports too, because they need passports to travel on an airplane. And remember that like US passports are not same day. They take weeks. So prepare in advance. Tengan eso en mente que también necesitan los pasaportes de sus hijos si ellos también van a estar viajando. Karen Velasquez, when can you get a combo card? That is off. That is not on the topic for today. I am discussing advance parole. But what I do know about a combo card is once you do have a legal entry, you can do adjustment of status. And a combo card is like a DACA plus. So it's not really a green card yet. It's just a card that you receive while USCIS sends an approval of, your green card approval. But that is not for today's topic. I am covering my experience with advance parole. Later, we'll have an AOS live. I'm not sure what day, but stay tuned. And also join our sister group called AOS with Dreamers Together, which is also on Facebook. Marisol, thank you. So if they don't approve multiple entries, the application is completely rejected or they'll approve one single entry. So I don't know if you heard me earlier, USCIS does not flat out reject an advance parole application. If anything, they'll put one entry, but with like a large time slot. USCIS does not send rejections. They will send an RFE, a request for evidence, if they do need more evidence. Once you send your RFE, they will send you an approval or a denial if you did not send the required evidence or if you did not send it in time. Excuse me. All right, Adelina Penalosa. Hola, ¿cómo puedo hacer para aplicar? No tengo idea, necesito ayuda. Adelina, eres parte de... Bonito nombre, así se llama mi abuela. En nuestro grupo tenemos las guías. También puedes, ¿cómo se dice? Hacer una cita, programar una cita con uno de nuestros administradores para que ellas te guíen para llenar la aplicación paso por paso. Es a base de donaciones, pero si no te sientes cómoda haciéndola solita, nosotros también te podemos ayudar. Pero tenemos las guías que recomiendo que revises para que te estés orientando, empiezas a agarrar los documentos, vete a uscis.gov a ver la aplicación. Es muy fácil, pero como te dije, si no te sientes cómoda, también nosotros tenemos asistencia haciendo one-on-ones. Pero como dije, es basado en donaciones, así que checa nuestras guías. Y si alguien puede poner el enlace para hacer los one-on-ones, si alguien me puede ayudar con eso. Karen, ok, thank you. De nada. All right, ¿qué otras preguntas tienen? Recuerden, si tienen en mente aplicar para AP, agarren los pasaportes de sus hijos. No quiero ver publicaciones en 3 o 4 meses diciendo, hey, necesito ayuda para los pasaportes. Háganlo ahorita. Ay, Dulce García, el grupo tiene un YouTube video como, sí, también tenemos el video de cómo llenar la aplicación. Es muy fácil. Como dije, la aplicación es menos de 12 preguntas, pero lo más difícil o la parte más difícil es obtener la evidencia como la constancia médica, tienes que esperar al doctor, hacer las traducciones. Aquí también tenemos un equipo de traducción que también puedes usar, pero es muy simple. Y recuerden que la evidencia nunca es original, siempre es copia. O sea, tu familia te la puede mandar por una foto en WhatsApp o por correo electrónico o por fax. No debe de ser copia original. Marisol, thank you. De nada. All right, GB Jep. Hi, how long taking AP Service Center in Texas? It takes about, I would say, approximately 18 months. We do have a video showing how to transfer service centers. If somebody could link the little or post the little link that we have, Ellie has a video explaining how to do that. So in short, you write a statement to the Texas Service Center explaining why you want to transfer it out from there, and then you write a letter with another service center explaining why they need to take your case. So as I stated earlier, you never, never, never want to send your AP application straight to Texas Service Center. It always gets sent to the PO box in Arizona, which the address is in our guide. So never send it to the Texas Service Center. The processing time is over a year. Adelina Penalosa, soy nueva. Me recomendó una amiga que ella ya fue a México. ¡Yay! Bueno, sí, como le dije hace ratito, Adelina, por favor, checa nuestras guías y también aquí en nuestro canal de YouTube tenemos un video de cómo aplicar o el video de cómo llenar la aplicación. Melina Vélez, para aplicar por educación, ¿aplicaría cosmetology o eso no cuenta como estudio? No he visto a alguien que sea aprobado por razones de cosmetología, pero supongo que si es posible, tienes que tener una carta escrita de la escuela allá en México o aquí de los Estados Unidos explicando por qué tú necesitas viajar a, let's say, México o a cualquier otro país. Pero también tenemos unas guías de cómo aplicar para razones educacionales. Pedro Villanueva, una pregunta de AOS. No estoy contestando preguntas de AOS ahorita mismo, pero a ver, si nada más me estamparon mi documento de AP y me regresaron los dos papeles originales, cuando haga AOS, ¿nada más presento ese papel o acaso mi entrada legal está en el sistema de inmigración? Sí, todas las entradas están registradas en I-94. Bueno, ¿cómo se llama el sitio de web? Pero tu entrada legal es el I-94, así que si buscas I-94 en el internet, debería de aparecer ¿cómo se dice? La dirección oficial de cómo obtener tu I-94, ahí está registrada tu entrada. Pero por el momento no estoy contestando preguntas sobre AOS más específicas porque yo no tengo la información y todavía no he hecho el AOS, todavía tengo que mandar mi paquete. Pero también tenemos un grupo de AOS with Dreamers Together. También únanse a este grupo. Hey V, ¿cómo estás? I'm eating a corn right now. Thank you so much. Sí, de nada. You're welcome. Muchas gracias. Sí, de nada. Yo tengo una pregunta. Mi papá tiene diabetes. ¿Eso puede ser una razón para ir? Sí, puedes usar esa razón para visitar por razón humanitaria. Para aclarar, tus familiares o los familiares en general no tienen que estar severamente enfermos, como no quiero decir de vida o muerte, pero no tienen que estar así de graves para ir a visitarlos. Con que tengan una constancia médica explicando las cosas que tienen, diabetes, artritis, puedes usar esa razón. O también puedes incluir, si tienes a un familiar que ha fallecido, también puedes usar estas dos razones para ir a visitarlos. Jessica Acosta, when you translate something yourself, how do you certify the translation? So at the bottom, you would say, I, Gabriela, my name is Gabriela, certify that I am fluent in both English and Spanish, and I, have certified this document. We have the little certified thingy on our Facebook page, but yeah, it just had like 2 sentences saying that you certified it yourself. I translated all my documents. At the end of every translated document, you want to certify it, and then you want to sign. Adrián Ponce, si se indicó single entry por razón dental, ¿se puede volver a aplicar y usar single entry para seguir el tratamiento dental al año? Eh, bueno, nosotros tenemos a un miembro que se llama José. Él ha usado razones dentales. He's used dental reasons to go to Mexico, and he always marks multiple entries on his application, and then on your statement, mark multiple entries. You can most definitely apply again for the same reason if you want to continue your dental treatment. Apply again. I would suggest maybe on your dental quote, the doctor state that the length of your treatment over a year. But yes, you can apply again if you did get one single entry, and then on the application mark multiple entries on your statement. State that you want multiple entries because it is a dental treatment and you have to go more than one time. Jessica Acosta, thank you, de nada. ¿Qué otras preguntas tienen? No tengan miedo. No tengan miedo de hacer preguntas y no tengan miedo al éxito, ¿ok? Aquí estamos para empoderarnos el uno a otro para aplicar para Advance Parole, ¿ok? Lean nuestras guías, read our guides. En nuestra página de web también, bueno, en nuestra página de Facebook también tenemos una barrita, a search bar. Ahí también pueden hacer su, su search. Por ejemplo, si tienen preguntas sobre dental, pueden poner dental y luego ahí les va a aparecer las experiencias de nuestros miembros o las mismas preguntas que ustedes tienen. Si quieren buscar aeropuertos como DFW, que es el aeropuerto donde yo regresé, tenemos las experiencias de los miembros que han usado ese aeropuerto. Entonces, hagan su búsqueda, no tengan miedo al éxito. Uy, I'm running out of breath. All right, Melina Vélez tiene una pregunta. ¿Cómo le pongo para multiple entries? En la aplicación de Advance Parole hay una sección a donde dice single entry o multiple entries. Hágale check a donde dice multiple entries en su declaración. También tienes que poner la razón por la que tú quieres entradas múltiples. Y también yo siempre sugiero que añadas más evidencia posible para que tengas un caso más fuerte. Carla E.T., ¿con el Advance Parole puedo recibir Green Card? Eh, Muchos piensan que con la entrada ilegal puedes aplicar para ajuste de estatus. Es cierto, pero tienes que tener a un patrocinador, ya sea tu esposo, que es ciudadano, o un hijo mayor de 21 años, que es ciudadano. Si no tienes ninguno de esos dos, no puedes aplicar para ajuste de estatus. También puede ser tu empleador a donde trabajas que te puede patrocinar, pero esto es algo poquito diferente y hay más requisitos que tienes que that you need to meet para que el empleador te patrocine, pero si tienes más preguntas sobre el ajuste de estatus, únete a nuestra página de web AOS o Dreamers Together. Pero si con la entrada legal no significa que puedes aplicar para ajuste de estatus, tienes que tener el patrocinador. Si no lo tienes, no puedes. Adrián Ponce, ¿se puede viajar para ser voluntario en un programa de ayuda social? ¿Sería algo humanitario o de educación? Yo creo que sí. Tenemos miembros que han viajado por razones religiosas, así que no creo que esas dos razones sean completamente diferentes, pero creo que sí será posible. Melina Vélez, ahorita no estoy explicando nada sobre ajuste de estatus, eso solo solo sé que con esas tres razones puedes hacer el ajuste de estatus. Ahorita estoy contestando las preguntas sobre AP solamente. Nada de ajuste de estatus. únete a nuestra página de web AOS with Dreamers Together para hacer esa pregunta ahí, porque yo no tengo esa información, lamentablemente, y no te quiero guiar de una manera incorrecta. A ver, ¿quién sigue? Marisol, how much evidence do we need if the reason is to visit a sick grandparents y la tumba de abuelos fallecidos? Also, can you talk about your experience coming back through the airport? All right, so if you are a member of our Dreamers Together Facebook page, you will find the guides. So for example, the reason I went was to visit my sick grandmother and to visit the grave of my grandfather that passed away in 2016. So I used the Constancia Médica, which is the letter of the doctor explaining her illness. And then I also attached the death certificate of my grandfather that passed away in 2016. Translated both of those documents, included my birth certificate, my dad's birth certificate, and then translated all of those documents. And that's how I got multiple entries. So I suggest if you have an ailing relative, a sick relative, and you have a relative that passed away too, add both reasons to travel. That way it's a stronger case and you have a bigger possibility of getting multiple entries. I came back through DFW, which is here, Dallas-Fort Worth. And I came back in July of last year. The wait time was ridiculous coming back. So there's a citizen line and then a non-citizen line. I am not a citizen. I waited in the non-citizen line. The wait was about 2 hours. Once I got to secondary inspection, or as we say it, el cuartito, which is just kind of like the DMV when you wait and wait until your number gets called. That's exactly how it is. All I got was my stamped AP document, and the officer said, "Have a good day." It was really smooth. We have so many members that come back through DFW that have such a good experience come back through there because no questions get asked. All you get is your stamped. Yeah, adios. If anything, the officer may ask, "Where did you travel? Are you bringing back any products like produce, like queso or mole?" I didn't get asked that. All I got was, have a good day, but I brought cheese, mole, tequila, wine, candy. So yeah, it was a great experience coming back through DFW. I also came back through Laredo, Puente Colombia. I didn't have the best experience there because the USCIS officers or the Border Patrol officers were not very aware on what AP was, and they had me wait in their little waiting area as well. And I didn't get like a picture taken. I didn't get my stamps taken, or my fingerprints taken, and I didn't get an I-94. Usually when you cross through like with a car or on the border, you'll get an I-94, which is like the little card, and it'll say, Advance Parole or something like that. I didn't get that. I don't recommend coming back through that puente, which is Puente Colombia. So if you are coming back through Laredo, don't choose that one. But if you are coming back through or to Dallas, use DFW. All right, Alfa Aguilar. Cuando entré por Newark, New Jersey, no me dieron el AP, me dijeron que estaba en línea y que el AP le quedaba a ellos. Algunas veces sí los oficiales se quedan con el documento si tienes una entrada. Si tienes entradas múltiples, asegúrense que le regresen ese documento porque necesitas ese documento para seguir viajando. Y si la entrada ya está registrada, puedes recibir tu I-94 en línea y pones tu información, tu nombre, fecha de nacimiento, número de pasaporte, y ahí va a aparecer el día en que tú regresaste. Karen Velasquez, what's patrocina in English? A sponsor. So I believe this is in regards to like an AOS question. So you do need a sponsor, like a husband, a citizen husband or wife, a citizen child over the age of 21, so they can petition for you to adjust. You cannot adjust simply by having a legal entry. But I am not answering any more AOS questions because that is not my area of knowledge, and I don't want to answer or give wrong information. So if you want to know more about AOS, join our AOS at Dreamers Together Facebook group. Ruby Carrasco, how much alcohol can you bring back? Look at the TSA website or the airline website. I think there's like a maximum, like milliliter maximum per adult. But I brought back 2 bottles of wine and 1 bottle of tequila. And my brother was with me too, but he's underage. But I didn't. So when I came back through DFW, I didn't declare that I was bringing in any alcohol. And all of that stuff was in my checked-in luggage. As soon as I got out of secondary inspection, I grabbed my maletas and I left. I didn't go. I don't know if I didn't know if you had to go to like aduana or anything. I just left because I was there for like 2 hours and my husband was waiting for me and we were all really hungry. So me fui. Pero I think there is a maximum on the amount of alcohol per adult. So check the TSA guidelines or the airline guidelines. I don't have that exact information with me. Alfa Aguilar, gracias. De nada. Raúl ZC, sí, sponsor es patrocinador. All right. ¿Qué otras preguntas tienen? Deja comerle a mi elote. All right, next question. For FOIAs, what do you choose when it asks for reason you're requesting the file? And what do you put when they ask for dates? Honestamente, I requested my USCIS FOIA over a year ago, so I don't remember exactly the questions that they asked for me, but I remember it. One of them is like USCIS file or something like that. I clicked on it, and dates. I don't remember what I put, but there are different types of FOIAs. One is the USCIS FOIA. The other is a CBP FOIA, which shows entries. If you entered as a minor and you had to do your fingerprints, there's an FBI FOIA. This USCIS FOIA that I requested, it's literally everything you've sent USCIS, like as far as DACA renewals, if you've done AP in the past. So anything that that you've sent USCIS, that is what is going to be on your USCIS FOIA. But we do have guides. So on our little search bar on our Facebook page, you can put FOIA. So it's FOIA. And you don't need a FOIA to apply for advance parole. But if you do have a criminal record, I would get it and possibly consult with an attorney. But you don't necessarily need your FOIA to travel. That is just for your records. And if you do plan on doing adjustment of status, I would get your CBP FOIA so you know how many entries you have, if you know you have more than one. Also, if you have a citizen husband or wife that can petition for you, or a child that can petition for you over the age of 21, we do recommend that you do advance parole first. That way you have a legal entry. So that's as much as I know about AOS at the moment. Marisol, ¿cuántas veces podemos aplicar para IP? Las veces que quieras. Honestamente, las veces que quieras. Si tienes 575 laying around as many times as possible, you can apply for the same reason, but remember that you have to apply with updated evidence. So let's say you want to go see your sick grandma again. Just get a new doctor's letter. If you applied for dental reasons, get an updated dental quote. So you can apply for the same reason as long as you have updated evidence. Karen Velasquez, when getting approved, can I take a plane through Tijuana? Like drive there and take a plane to Mexico? You can drive there, you can walk to your destination, you can teleport to your destination. There are no restrictions as far as traveling when you are approved. So let's say you get approved for Mexico, and you apply to go see your grandma my grandma's in Oaxaca. let's say you are running out of time and you can't make it all the way to Oaxaca, but you still want to get your legal entry. You can literally cross the border and come back the next day. So you can walk there, you can go take your car, por bus, por helicóptero, por avión. It does not matter as long as you go to your country within that time frame. Okay, just remember, it doesn't matter how you get there, just within that time frame, and don't come back after your dates. Okay. Maria Herrera. Sí, de nada. You're welcome. Can I apply for AP to go see my dad? I haven't seen him for about 12 years. Él estaba aquí en USA, pero se fue para México. ¿Tiene una enfermedad o puede ir al doctor y que le den una carta médica si tiene con algunas condiciones como alta presión, colesterol, diabetes? Porque yo no he visto que alguien sea aprobado solo porque no ha visto a su miembro de familia por años. O sea, tiene que ser una razón humanitaria. Entonces, si él puede ir al doctor y que le den su constancia médica, y si tiene alguna enfermedad, entonces puedes usar esa razón para ir a visitarlo. Sí, de nada. Entonces, sí, como dije hace ratito, you can fly to let's say Oaxaca, and then you can use a bus and cross through. It doesn't have to be the state that you live in. You can cross through California, New Mexico, Arizona. As long as you come back before your APNs, you can honestly travel how you wish. And once you are approved for whatever country, you can travel to any state in your country. You don't have to stay in that exact same state. I traveled to El Estado de Mexico, and then I took a bus to Oaxaca, where my grandma lives, and then I took a bus back. So you don't have to limit yourself to whatever city you technically applied for. Like if you're approved for a month and you say, hey, I want to go to Cancun while I'm here, you can go to Cancun. Who's stopping you? I would do it, but no tuve tiempo. But just so you know, you don't have to stay in the same city, and you can travel on a bus, on a plane while you're there, etc. Walking. Sí, de nada. Damari Sánchez. Saludos, muchas gracias. Sí, de nada. Aquí estamos. Yes. There are many possibilities with AP. Hugo is our world star traveler. He is from Brazil, and he's been to France, Amsterdam, I think London too. So if you have a reason to apply for AP, apply. Do it. No tengan miedo. Do not be afraid. That, as DACA recipients, that is one of our rights is to do AP, so don't be afraid. Amelia Francies. I only have aunts and uncles in Mexico. Can I see my aunt? Yes, of course. You can see your aunts. It doesn't have to be, like a dad or a mom or a grandma. It could be an uncle too, or an aunt or a cousin. But you would have to include like your mom's birth certificate. That way, the family lineage is shown, you know? So your mom's certificate, birth certificate, grandma's or uncle's or whatever, that way, that's my mom's brother. I need to go see him. So that way they see the familial connection. But yes, you can go see them. Nivel Dueñas. Por ejemplo, yo soy del norte de México, Chihuahua. ¿Podría viajar a Cancún en avión sin algún problema? No, no habrá problema. Si tienes el tiempo para viajar a Cancún, like, by all means, por favor, viaja a Cancún si tienes el tiempo. No va a pasar nada. Yo fui a México, al Estado de México, a Oaxaca, y también fui a un pueblito de donde es la familia de mi papá, que es pasando Laredo, Texas, en la frontera. Entonces, sí, puedes viajar a cualquier estado de México ya que estés ahí, ¿ok? Take advantage. Damaris Sanchez, how can I get started with AP? All right, Damaris Sanchez, as I can see, you are a member of our Dreamers Together page. We have guides, step-by-step guide. So the most commonly used reasons to travel with AP is humanitarian, educational with the school or your college. Work purposes, let's say that your job has to host a corporate meeting somewhere in Dubai, and you can get your employer to write you a letter in advance. Remember, 3 to 4 months to process. Then you can attend because your job needs you there. Um, for dental reasons, dental stuff here in the U.S. is extremely expensive. So you can get a quote from a doctor in Mexico, a quote from a doctor here, travel for that reason, humanitarian if somebody is sick, grave visit if it's not longer than 2 years since they passed. Monica de la Cruz, my grandpa passed away 2022. Can I apply? Yes, you can. You can. You can apply for a grave reason as long as it is not over 2 years since they passed, because then they will ask for request for evidence. There have been members that have been approved for a grave that's older than 2 years, but they include a mass celebration included with the death certificate. So let's say, it's a celebration of life. You'll need a letter from the church, el obispo, stating we are celebrating this person died this day, but we're celebrating this. We do have an example on that on our page. If you search mass celebration on the search bar, something should pop up. Natalie Uribe, hola! For AOS, I always recommend the following if you are unsure of the number of entries or entry attempts: CBP and OPIM. Yes, so you can get your FOIAs on that link right there if you want to know how many registered entries you have for AOS purposes. But like I said, that is not my area of expertise. There will be another live for AOS purposes. I will be joining because I do not want to give out incorrect information. And right now I'm explaining, AP, answering AP questions. So, all right. Veronica Villalba. My dad is sick. He lives in Argentina. My son wants to visit him with AP and take him to visit my sister in Uruguay. Is that possible? He needs to apply to go to Argentina and Uruguay. What reason should he assist? What reason do you need to go to Uruguay besides visiting your sister? Is your sister sick? So if she has an illness, it doesn't have to be life-threatening. You could get like a medical letter from a doctor in Uruguay, and then both reasons to apply, and you'll be able to go to Argentina, right? Argentina and Uruguay. So you'd still have to have a valid reason to travel to another country. You can't just use it because you want to see somebody. There has to be a humanitarian reason behind it. All right, Natalie. If unsure what was disclosed on your past USCIS applications or entries prior to 2002, check the following boxes. There you go. Screenshot the information she has posted on here. Right? Puedes obtener la copia de su, I think you meant to put I-94. En el siguiente sitio web, sí. Ok, ahí el i94.cbp.dhs.gov. Ese sitio de web es para obtener tu entrada legal. Por ejemplo, yo entré por DFW en el aeropuerto. Voy a ese sitio de internet, pongo mi información, mi nombre, apellido, fecha de nacimiento, número de pasaporte. Va a aparecer la fecha que entré y el aeropuerto. Entonces puedes tomar una captura de esa información o imprimir la información, y si tienes un patrocinador para hacer el ajuste de estatus, usa esa información que está en esta página de web. Mónica de la Cruz. Sí, de nada. You're welcome. Next question. Dan Quintana. Hi, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. What is the reason to most likely get multiple entries? Dental, grave, or humanitarian reason? The most common one would be dental. Let's say, your dental treatment has to be like 5-6 months. Then the doctor will write, the dental treatment will last from date this to date that. And then on your statements, also include I need to travel. I need to have multiple entries because I have a job, I have a family, I cannot stay out in whatever country this long. I need to travel, multiple times to get my dental work done. Grave, not likely because the person is deceased, so there wouldn't be a reason to travel multiple times to see a grave. You can attach a grave with a humanitarian reason. Let's say you're uh, a family member is sick, then attach the grave. That'll make it a little bit stronger. And then you might get multiple entries. For example, I used my grandpa's death certificate and included my grandma's medicals, uh, constancia médica, and I got multiple entries. Make sure you are marking the little multiple entry box on the AP application and also include on your statement a reason why you need to travel multiple times. All right. Pati Piñeda, hi. In the application, when it asks when do you plan to travel, what would you put? Um, so remember, keep in mind, AP applications take 3 to 4 months to process. So if you are applying right now and you send your application in January, around March, April, your application should be approved. So I would put like a travel date of May, June. That way you have enough time to get travel tickets, to plan ahead. So always keep that in mind that AP application takes 3 to 4 months to travel. Let me put a date a little bit in advance. That way you have time to arrange everything. Also, while you're waiting, make sure that you are applying for your kids' passports if you are taking your children. Remember, please get your children's passport, your spouse's passport, because a United States passport to expedite, I think it's like an extra $100 charge. So keep that in mind, mi gente. Apliquen para los pasaportes de sus hijos o de los ciudadanos who will be traveling if they're traveling with you. A passport is not required to apply for advance parole. It is required to travel. Keep that in mind. The Mexican consulate has or posts their availability on their Facebook page. So you can put Consulado Mexicano de Dallas, Consulado Mexicano Houston, Austin, California, San Francisco. No tiene que ser mexicano, puede ser consulado hondureño. Los consulados de otros países es algunas veces más difícil para obtener citas, pero háganlo. Planeen en obtener sus pasaportes, porque ¿qué tal si recibes tu carta de aprobación de AP y luego no tengo mi pasaporte? Tu AP se va a caducar y no vas a poder viajar, entonces no es necesario tener el pasaporte ahora, pero sí tengan en mente que lo tienen que tener para viajar. Entonces, hagan esos planes. You're welcome. All right, ¿qué otras preguntas tienen? Mi elote ya se enfrió. Okay. Did I miss any questions? All right, so I guess to just reiterate, if we have any new members joining right now, please make sure that you are following us on our Facebook page, Dreamers Together Official. There will be 3 lines at the top left corner of the page, and then you will click on those 3 little lines, and then the little guide tab should appear. We have the guides in English and in Spanish. If you are on YouTube, we also have a video on applying for or filling out the application for AP, so keep an eye on that too. Tenemos un video en el canal YouTube de cómo aplicar para Advance Parole. Tenemos las guías en inglés y en español. Las razones más populares para viajar es por razón, el elote se me está subiendo, por razón humanitaria, por razón educacional y por razón de trabajo. Así que chequen nuestras guías. Ana Gonzalez, hi, if my BF wants to visit my sick grandpa, do we have to be married? Uh, yes. Yes, you would have to be married. So we have one member, Yolanda Pascual. Her and her husband both have DACA. They are married. They used, I think it was Yolis' sick family member, and they both sent their application at the same time, and they both were approved. But yes, you would have to be married. Damaris Sánchez, yo tengo DACA, pero también me acaba de llegar el permiso de trabajo para la visa U. ¿Aún puedo hacer el AP? No estoy segura, Damaris Sánchez. La visa U, yo no tengo mucha información. Sé lo que es la visa U, pero eh, no estoy segura si tú también puedes hacer la aplicación de Advance Parole. Si alguien, Natalie, if you're still on, if you know about Visa U and if they can travel with AP, please assist. Carol Natalie, tantos que somos en el grupo con preguntas y muy poquitos vemos en el live. Pues sí, también tienes que tomar en cuenta que algunos están trabajando, algunos no saben. Esto fue un poquito último minuto, pero por eso es que hacemos lives en diferentes días de la semana para que más personas vengan a hacer sus preguntas. Okay. Luisa Ramirez, has anybody been granted DACA renewal even after letting DACA expire for more than 2 years? So unfortunately, if you let it expire over 1 year, it is considered a new application. We highly, highly recommend you send your DACA renewal 120 to 150 days before expiration. Unfortunately, Luisa, it would be considered a new application, and those are currently on hold. So I don't have that information. Diana Mar, do you know how long after you get the action taken email where the AP response comes? Usually within 48 hours. I didn't even get an action taken response email. I checked the USCIS website every day until I saw the freaking you have been approved or your AP travel document is being produced. But yeah, usually within 48 hours that you should see an update. If not, you can also call USCIS if you want to know. Ana Gonzalez, can the same reason be used multiple times for various future applications? Yes, of course. The same reason can be used as long as you have up-to-date evidence. For example, if you want to see your sick grandfather again or, whatever relative, you would just need an updated constancia médica. So yes, you can use the same reason as long as you have updated evidence. All the translations don't have to be updated because guess what? Unless something changed in your birth certificate, you don't have to retranslate it. You don't have to recertify it. That certification is still valid. The only thing that you would have to translate again is if you receive new information. Marisol, do you happen to have the information about the humanitarian/volunteer work in the Dominican Republic that it was announced yesterday? I don't know what you're referring to, Marisol. I don't know where you've seen it. If we published it, then I may have missed it, but I do not have any information about the Dominican Republic work. Vanessa, if you have that information, or if somebody else has that information that if we publish, please post the link below. Diana Mar, the site is not working and my email was received Friday. I have tried calling and they're just showing nothing. I'm just impatient, I guess. Yes, just be patient. Remember that they also had their offices closed maybe yesterday. Oh, today's Monday. Maybe they had it closed today. You can try calling tomorrow. I suggest if you do call early in the morning. And then say info pass whenever the little machine says something, just say info pass, even if it's not for info pass, or say technical difficulties, and then you will get connected with the USCIS person. But yes, just be patient. They had holidays too, holiday stuff, but just keep checking. No te estreses. Acosta Guifarro, Alexandra y Rosa. Marisol, anything new for DACA? I'm not Marisol, I'm Gabby. Sorry. Nothing new for DACA, same as usual. No new applications are being processed, only renewals at this time. And, don't let your DACA expire for over a year. I have seen several posts lately with people saying, I submitted my application 2 weeks ago, it expires next week. Don't do that. No, no hagan eso. Keep in mind, or you guys should be knowing that your DACA needs to be renewed every 2 years. Have your little funds together and apply 120 to 150 days before expiration. You could either do that by applying and renewing online or renewing by mail. We have a video on YouTube on how to renew online. So don't procrastinate and send your renewal in weeks notice, because just because fulanito got the renewal in a week does not mean that you will also have that same luck. So always play it safe, 120 to 150 days to renew. Karina Soria, hola, pregunta. Ya tengo todos los papeles para aplicar para AP. Mi abuela cumpliría 2 años de fallecida en abril, pero me dijeron que podía pedir una carta para una misa para la carta de, a ver, la carta le pusieron que la misa la harían hasta septiembre. ¿Habrá algún problema porque la misa no la pusieron que decir? No, no habrá problema, Karina. Con que tengas esa información será suficiente. A ver. Alma Cedillo, when is InfoPass needed? All right, Alma Cedillo, InfoPass is an emergency advance parole. So for an InfoPass, you need to call USCIS and request an InfoPass. So you would call USCIS, say InfoPass, and then they will schedule an appointment, usually within 72 hours, in your closest field office. That would be the office where you go get like your biometrics done. You would take your information. Remember that InfoPass is like emergency, like for example, extremely ill person, life death situation. You present your document to the USCIS officer, and they will determine whether to approve AP or to not approve. If they approve your InfoPass, you will pay the fee. If they don't approve it, you will not pay the fee, and you can still send it by mail. You can call again to schedule another InfoPass appointment and hope that you get a different official. But yes, the approval is at the discretion of the officer whenever you do InfoPass, and it does have to be an urgent situation. So have all your documents prepared, because they usually do schedule it within 72 hours. So you don't want to be scrambling trying to get your translations done at the last minute. Karina, la carta la pusieron. Ok, creo que ya había respondido esa pregunta. Sí, de nada. All right. Nabil, I'm renewing my DACA. Can I also apply for AP while waiting for my renewal? I would wait until your new DACA dates are here. So wait until you, sorry. Wait until you receive your new DACA dates and then send your AP application. You can have your AP documents ready to go once you get your new dates, and then send it like the next day. But yes, I would suggest waiting so you could have like renewed dates for your AP application. And also remember that your AP application address is sent differently than your DACA address. So keep that in mind. The AP application is sent to Arizona. We have the address in the guides. But yeah, wait until you get your new DACA dates. Uy, ya pasó una hora. Tantas preguntas. All right, unos minutitos más. Nabil, thank you. You're welcome. Sí, Damaris, de nada. ¿Alguien tiene otra pregunta sobre AP? All right. I will be doing another live. Otra. Nubia Yomar Velázquez. Mejor recomendación para InfoPass AP. ¿Cómo? ¿Sí escuchaste la explicación que di hace ratito? InfoPass es para emergencias y la aprobación de AP cuando estás haciendo InfoPass es a la discreción del oficial. Si te aprueban tu AP, pagas. Si no te la aprueban, no pagas, pero puedes mandar la aplicación por correo. Para hacer InfoPass tienes que llamar al número de USCIS, es un número que empieza con 1-800. Ellos harán una cita dentro de 72 horas, usualmente es dentro de 72 horas, en la oficina donde vas a sacar tus huellas o foto cuando renuevas tu DACA. Eh, pero sí, es a la discreción del oficial si te aprueban o no. Ana Gonzalez, mi tía only has a regular surgery coming up, not too serious. Is that enough reason to get approved? I mean, surgery is serious. So, you could get like a constancia médica or a letter from a doctor explaining that your tia needs support during this time because she will be getting better or something like that. I think that would be a reason enough to go visit your aunt. But remember, it is taking 3 to 4 months to process right now. So if the surgery is in the next month, then, I mean, all right. Nubia Yomar Velázquez. No, me acabo de conectar. Mi esposo tiene cita para el otro miércoles. ¿Ya tienen todos los documentos listos y traducidos? Recuerden que es a la discreción del oficial. Si te aprueban o si no te aprueban el AP de emergencia. Si acaso no se lo aprueban, ustedes pueden mandar esa misma información por correo, pero la espera o el proceso de aprobación va a ser de 3 a 4 meses. Y Nubia y Omar Velázquez, ¿en qué estado están? ¿En qué estado va a ser el AP? El InfoPass. Betty Rodríguez, metí la aplicación de renovación de DACA, ya tiene un mes y no tengo noticias. Yo tampoco tengo noticias, Betty Rodríguez. Las renovaciones, nosotros recomendamos que renueves dentro de 120 a 150 días antes de que se expire tu DACA. Eh, o sea, depende el tiempo de proceso. A unas personas les llega en 2 semanas, a otras personas en meses. Entonces no sabría decirle, Betty. Nubia Yomar Velázquez, en Dallas, Texas. Creo que la oficina de Dallas está en Irving. Eh, Puedes buscar Irving InfoPass en nuestra barrita de búsqueda en nuestra página. Creo que han habido personas que sí han sido aprobadas ahí en ese centro. Sugiero que notarices los documentos traducidos, porque en Texas algunas veces son un poquito, no quiero decir la palabra, malitos y no quieren ver la documentación si no está notarizada. Si tienes el tiempo de ir al banco o a un notario para que te notaricen esos documentos, lo recomiendo. Does a doctor's note have to be from a hospital or can it be from a clinic? It could be from a clinic. It's just a constancia médica. It doesn't have to be from a surgeon or, it could be from, doesn't have to be from, a hospital. Like I said, it could be from a clinic or a hospital, as long as it's a constancia médica. Sí, de nada. All right. ¿Alguna otra pregunta? All right. Una más. Carol Natalie. Para la dirección para mandar el paquete de AOS no estoy contestando preguntas de AOS. Cada estado tiene diferente dirección. Si quieren más información sobre ajuste de estatus, puedes unirte a nuestra página de web AOS with Dreamers Together. I'm not answering any AOS questions. Jocelyn Perez, I have to renew my DACA this year, but also want to apply for AP. Can I do it together or should I wait till I get my DACA renewed? When does your DACA expire? I mean, you could technically send them I wouldn't say together, send the renewals send your DACA renewal and your AP application at the same time. They're both two completely different addresses. But I mean, if it expires, let's say, I don't know, within a few months, I would just wait until you get your new DACA dates and then send your AP application, but have your AP documents ready to go. Like once you get your your new DACA, you send your AP. All right. Do we attach the constancia médica original y traducida? Nunca mandes documentos originales. Siempre son copias, ¿ok? Tu familia en tu país te lo puede mandar una foto por WhatsApp, por correo electrónico, por fax. Nunca se mandan cosas originales porque USCIS no te va a regresar los documentos originales. En mi paquete yo puse la constancia médica en español y luego atrás puse la traducción. Mi acta de nacimiento en español, atrás puse la traducción, entonces así las puse. It expires in April. I would wait, Jocelyn. I would wait. But send your renewal now. Melissa Lopez, I have my doctor's note and it's already been 3 months. Would I need a new one? How much does it cost for AP? I would get a recent one. I would suggest you don't send a doctor's note that is over 2 months old, just so you don't get a request for evidence from USCIS. The cost for AP is $575. Check out our guides for more information. Both, correct. If you send a translated document, they're going to be like, well, where's the original one, right? So you want to make sure that you're sending whatever copy document and then the translation. So you do need both. All right, guys, ya son más de una hora. Si tienen alguna otra pregunta, háganla ahorita o si no, nos vemos el jueves. Creo que el jueves voy a hacer otro live. Let me know what days work better for y'all. I usually work from home, so I could do a live here and there, but yes, I will be seeing y'all next time. Gracias por sus preguntas. Estaré haciendo otro live el jueves en la tarde también, Central Time, like 4:30 or 5 Central Time. So have your questions ready or let your friends know if they also have any AP questions, NAOS questions. That's for something else. I'll be seeing y'all then. All right, one more. I went with my lawyer and she said it's going to be like 700. I don't, a ver, Melissa, ¿dónde está? Oh, okay. How much does it cost for AP? Fire your lawyer. You're here in the best group. You don't need a lawyer. You can do it yourself. AP is not $700. Application will be rejected if you send a check with $700. The cost is $575 solely for the AP application. Now, if she's gonna charge you an extra $700 on top of that, that is that is her charge. But the AP application is $575 plus shipping and handling. Yo quiero aplicar para la residencia, la reina de Michoacán. Ahorita no estoy contestando preguntas sobre la residencia. Si quieres saber más sobre eso, únete a nuestra página AOS/Dreamers Together. Ahí puedes hacer tus preguntas sobre la residencia. Pero para añadir a eso, tienes que tener un patrocinador, ya sea un esposo o esposa que sea ciudadana o un hijo o hija mayor de 21 años que sea ciudadana para sponsor you, oh my gosh, patrocinar para que te patronicen. Alrighty, bueno, nos vemos en la próxima. Bye, ciao guys.